Welcome everyone to a new show on the First XI, starting every Friday, called the Fantasy Premier League Show. I've got two very special guests today. I'm here with Real Chris. How are you, Chris?
Yes, people. I'm all good. Good day. The Arsenal gets spanked.
And we've got the stream whore himself, the Winter Surfer.
Oh,
Andrew.
That's nice, isn't it? What an introduction! Not KH No Filter. This is a respected, established channel. You know, not the gutter snipe from KH No Filter. Come on, what type of introduction is that? We should start the stream all over again.
Yeah, that's
yes, I'm fine, William. Thank you for inviting me on this show today. It's Fantasy Football Day. Yay!
Yes, we've all been very excited for it. I've never really made content fantasy football before, but here we are. Life gives you unexpected events. So, I think we're gonna start talking about our captain picks for this week, which is obviously a good place to start off with. Chris, who did you captain this week?
I captained Timo Werner because I think he's got back a hat trick.
Wow.
So,
we are talking about fantasy, aren't we?
Yeah. I captained Mo Salah because he's against Norwich, and Norwich and I was like a brilliant team, probably a defence. So I think Salah could have a field day, hopefully. I think I'm not sure doing vice captain, but I've made vice captain as Bruno in case Salah doesn't play, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Andrew,
yeah, he's my captain.
I'm guessing you were the same, yeah?
Yeah, just repeat exactly what Real Chris said, apart from the Werner stuff. But yeah, it's the same.
You know what? See, I should have done more preparation for this because I was going to make a triple captain alert, like a beep, 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 and because I have in fact triple captain Salah this week because I've looked at his goal record versus teams on week one. And he scored in every single week one game he's played in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure. And I think he got a brace in one of them and got a hat-trick versus Leeds last year. So I'm gonna take my chances in triple captaining because it's Norwich. I think their defence is not very good at all. Salah is the MVP almost the MVP of Fantasy Premier League. So, yeah, C1 London says, my backline is immense. Reece, Trent, and Shawman's assist central, that's true. And C1 London says Mo Salah. So yeah, it's pretty obvious why Salah is going to be picked. Probably the most picked player in the whole game, I'm pretty sure. Apart from maybe Bruno.
I understand what you're saying, and I know it's against Norwich. I just don't, because you get two triple captains. You get one at the start and then you get another one in January, I think, as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's the very first game of the season. I don't know if it's too risky even for Mo Salah to be on triple captain. Yeah. I haven't risked triple captain yet. I've got to wait. So
I don't even know how you triple captain.
Well, there's an option that says triple captain.
I haven't played it before, so
yeah, when you choose your team or make whatever changes, there was an option that says triple captain. There's also one that says bench support or something. So.
Bench boost, bench boost. And then you've got I think is it called wild card or is it free hit?
Yeah, wild card. I think wild card is where you can. I can't remember.
Unlimited transfers.
Unlimited transfers for that week.
Yeah,
I think, and I think is there still another option where you can make any number of transfers at all or something? I think I'm not 100% sure, but you get one free transfer per week.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But if you make a few players on form, then probably do it.
Exactly. Then you've got to try and work out the budget to move them all around. Because if you make more than one, if you make over the amount of transfers, you'll lose like 4 points each time. So.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. So, I get what you mean. I think Mo Salah gives me confidence because he didn't have to overdo himself in the summer.
Yeah.
He's an Egyptian international, no Euros, no Copa America. So I'm quietly confident, but what I did last year was I waited too long to do my triple captain, and it failed. So I've gone the opposite this year. Maybe it worked, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's it for the captain picks. A team that I think are quite underrated in FPL are Brighton. They've got a lot of good players to pick for Fantasy Premier League. They've got Burnley this weekend.
Right.
So my advice is probably to put a Brighton defender in. I think Andrew, you haven't you? You put in Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, I've got Lewis Dunk. Also probably a bit to advise people. Look at last season, how many points some players got as well. See if they might help you decide who to pick as well. So look at that. But Lewis Dunk got about 138 points, I believe.
Think around 130 odd, around that.
Yeah, 130. Yeah, so he's up there. But yeah, before Ben White went to Arsenal, he got about 104 points. So
I think a lot of Dunk's points were bonus points. I think the Opta statistics were very good in his favour. I think he got a lot of bonus points. I think he got the most for a defender last year, actually, with bonus points. Apart from maybe, I don't know if Alexander-Arnold got more than him. But Chris,
he's the guy who got. I was just thinking, he's the guy who got bodied by Reece James, right?
He might have been, but
yeah.
I mean, Robert Sanchez.
I've
got Robert Sanchez in as well this week because he's 4.5 million, and I don't see Burnley scoring against.
There's some good cheap defenders out there, like for 4 million or whatever, 4.5. Like Livramento as well.
Yeah, we'll get into the cheap ones. That's a topic a bit later on. But Chris, have you got any Brighton goalkeepers or defenders?
No, I've actually got no Brighton defenders or keepers or midfielders, I don't think.
Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, it depends though, because we'll do a team review in a little while, but it all depends on your shape as well. I personally like to go for a defence, quite a big defence. I just always.
Well, then you have to rely on clean sheets, then, don't you?
Yeah, but then if you put in a few fullbacks like Trent or Shaw or Chilwell, you're gonna get points. So, Brighton defenders are pretty good to have. I think Dunk scored a lot of goals as well from corners. I expect Sanchez to get quite a good bit of bonus points as well. So yeah, I think that would be a good move, but you never know with Brighton. Burnley could shit out it 1-0. Sean Dyche ball. It also depends if because they're not going to be able to register a new striker, are they? By
who's that?
Edouard. They're looking at getting, aren't they?
Who, Brighton?
From Celtic. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're right. He'll be. Yeah, they can't register him now.
Yeah.
If they were to sign him today. But yeah. Oh, hang on. Got to pick up something.
Yeah, that's cool. But
I've got one Brighton player with midfielder. I realised actually.
Okay, so who's that? Basuma? You've got Basuma.
Yeah, Basuma. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got one.
I actually don't know how many points did he get. I don't even know how many points he got last year, to be completely honest. But I can't imagine it's too much because of the player he is. You often want to get a player that
if he doesn't work out, I got Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, I mean he's cheap. That's the one thing you've got. Yeah. He's cheap. It's low risk. There's a lot of good cheap players out there, but Brighton as well. I think they need a striker, and I think if Brighton do pick up a good striker like Edouard, he probably will go my team at one point because I expect him to be cheapish, and hopefully he can bag goals because their XG is unbelievable. I can't believe how they haven't finished in the top half of the Premier League with the chances they create.
Oh yeah, Brighton. They play really good football actually, but probably just defensive issues probably and all that. Letting down as well. And they did miss a lot of chances too. In all fairness, they missed chances, and then they missed chances against Man United, us, and a few other clubs. They just missed chances. Like they're like the small team version of Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah, but we have more quality, I guess. So that's what evens it out, doesn't it? So
yeah, we have a stronger defense, better manager, and all that.
I think the next topic is going to be a very good talk because I think it could be debated whether this certain player is going to be worth this money, and it is Romelu Lukaku. He did sign for Chelsea yesterday for £97.5 million. Personally, he is very expensive, isn't he? He's very, very expensive.
Well, but he is expensive, but
when
he
you
is
look
a top
at
striker.
When you look at other strikers in the Premier League, there's only really Kane better than him, in my opinion. So
I think I'd put him over Kane this season because Kane's head is somewhere else and he's injury prone as well. So I think I'd rather Lukaku actually. In all fairness, I just think Lukaku could actually potentially have a better season because his head's in like City's direction or whatever, and it might devalue him so he can leave easier next season. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm personally gonna put him in my team. He's in my bench. He's on my bench right now. I'll show you that in a minute. Lukaku is on my bench.
Oh, he's on your bench.
Ready for next week. Yeah. There's obviously a lot of hype around this in the FPL community. Thing is though with Lukaku, on the eye, he might not be the most pleasing striker to watch, but his numbers tell you what you need to know for a striker. It's not like Immobile as well, where Immobile at Lazio has a poor conversion, or not a poor conversion rate, but quite a low conversion rate compared to other strikers. Lukaku is not as wasteful, I don't think. I think his link-up plays really improved, and he just gets goals, and that's what you need on FPL, and it's what Chelsea need in real life, of course, as well. So, Andrew, will you be putting Lukaku in, or is it too expensive for you?
No, I did initially put him in yesterday when he got announced. So it's about 11.5 million, as he said. But then I wasn't sure until about 10:30 this morning or 11, I think, when I looked at him, he was confirmed he definitely wasn't playing. So what I've done is obviously I've shipped him out for this week, but I will be putting him back in next week. I might have to do that. That whole transfers thing, so to do it. But yeah, I had to take him out because I need to start strong.
Yeah,
but for me, he will be worth it. I think he'll get a lot of points. So.
I think as well, if you compare him to other attackers, which are 9-odd million, you got Werner, Firmino, decent players. Don't get me wrong, they're good players, but goal scorers, I don't think they're
not goal scorers. No, wow. I hope the team has a goal scorer actually this season. I hope he is.
Maybe, but in the Premier League, he's not a proven goal scorer. Firmino was a proven goal scorer for the first 2 seasons he was here, and he's not been as clinical in the last few seasons.
Has Firmino actually gone past 20 goals in the Premier League before?
I think he might. I think he got 18. I think he got in 17-18.
I'm not taking away from him. Like Firmino is a brilliant striker to have. Like his link-up play is brilliant, but I don't think he's ever got past 20 goals. That's fine because he offers many other things.
But price range, Lukaku is just below Salah and Kane. That's probably right. In terms of goal scoring. So, but Salah, it always annoys me. They keep putting Salah in midfield. It just annoys me because he takes up a midfield space. You know what I mean? It's like
even Son is there, and Son plays strike, wing.
Yeah. It always annoys me.
It depends as well because I think on
they designate them as is it forwards or attackers on the fantasy thing?
I think they're forwards actually.
Right, so them two should be forwards. They're forwards. Same with Mane, they're forwards.
They do it though in midfield on purpose just to cause a bit of an upset. So
ridiculous. But Lukaku. It'd be interesting to see the tracking of Lukaku, whether he's the most transferred in player next week. Do you know what I mean? Because they usually show who's the most transferred in players.
Jesus.
I think what Lukaku's got to offer probably in the Premier League as well. Like I think he's got to guarantee probably 20 plus goals in the Premier League. So he's probably going to be good for the long run.
I'm tempted to time him out for that comment on Football XI. You're testing the limits, but I'll leave.
I think meant me then.
Not you,
You
Chris.
too.
Not you.
You too, Chris. You keep on.
I thought that made sense because he does score like 20 goals plus a season, and with Inter,
Guys, I've
like
got breaking news. I've actually got breaking news for the FPL. Edison Cavani is not available for the game tomorrow for Manchester. So now this spices it up. Actually, this is a good topic to have.
And he's in. We're part of a private draft. We know which team he's in, and that person, he's in the big man's of our group, the tall guy.
Sons.
Oh, you have to say his name. Good lord.
I got him this week as well. I actually play against him this week. That's good for me then.
Yeah. See, this is interesting now because Anthony Martial, I know he's not the most potent of goal scorers, but 8 million, I think he's better than Calvert-Lewin on it when he's fully fit and roaring to go. 8 million is actually pretty good considering you've got Mikel Antonio who's only 0.5 cheaper. I can see Martial's not numbers in the league necessarily going up, but I see the amount of people using him. I see that going up.
If you're talking about 8 million though, there's a couple of other players that are 8 million. Maybe one of them not for this game, but Bamford's at 8 million.
Yeah,
and also Danny Ings is at 8 million as well. So I
think
probably if you're switching out, I'd probably move over to Danny Ings than Martial.
I have Martial on my draft.
The thing is with Martial, he's a brilliant player, but I don't think he's not an out-and-out goal scorer.
Getting goals and assists, he's not brilliant at. He could win penalties.
Danny Ings, I think, is a very good option for this week because he's against Watford.
I think he's a great option this season, Will. He was banging in 20 odd goals for Southampton. I think where he's gone to now, he's gone to Villa, and people might disagree. I think they're better now that Jack Grealish is gone as a team.
And they got Leon Bailey.
Got Leon Bailey. I know Buendia is injured, but Buendia. Who else did they sign?
They signed another player. I forgot his name now, but they signed a third.
Yeah, they're linked to Campbell. They've got McGinn in the team. Like say Leon Bailey.
Something Jack Grealish is actually really good because 100 million is actually going to benefit your squad.
Why was I going to say Theo Watkins? It's
Ollie. Yeah.
Ollie Watkins. Theo Watkins is someone I knew. Anyway. Sorry, it's a little bit revealing the mask there. I shouldn't do that. But yeah. Ollie Watkins. I think that if you're spending 8 million, I think it's so. I understand and I don't understand. I think Bamford's overpriced at 8 million, and I think Ings is slightly underpriced at 8 million. I expect Ings, because if you think about it, I think it's because of the club he played for, but I think Ings is every bit as like goal scoring wise at the moment as Jamie Vardy. And Jamie Vardy's 10.5. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's a massive £2.5 million difference because he scored over 20 goals in the league. For Southampton. Do
you know what, Andrew? This is going on to the fucking. I shouldn't really swear. It's the FPL show, but
you did. Yeah, you dropped that when you introduced me at the start. So you dropped that.
But Andrew, anyway, that goes on to who to avoid. Vardy for me is the number one player to avoid. I think he was shocking at times last season. Decent start, I think, and then he just sort of tailed off. Like Vardy is got to be the most overrated Premier League striker I think I've ever seen. The fact that he gets compared to Drogba is a joke. It's a joke. If Lukaku comes in and does well at Chelsea this season, Lukaku has a better Premier League legacy than them. I don't care what anyone says. All right.
Well,
if Lukaku wins the league with Chelsea this year, he has a better legacy.
He wins the league. Okay. Now, Chris, do you want to break the news to Will what we did?
What do we do?
Will already knows, but we both have Vardy in our team this week.
Yeah,
so, have you got him in the team?
Yeah, we put him in the team.
I put him in my team for now because I'm gonna change it for Lukaku for the Arsenal game.
Yeah, I'm changing it. I've only done it this week.
Slaps Arsenal 3-0.
Yeah, I've only done it this week because I was tempted to put Bamford in, but I don't think he's going to score against United. And I think Vardy will score against.
I actually got a couple of players maybe avoid. I don't know if it actually avoid because don't listen to me because I don't play. I've never played this game, but I think because they might flop actually as well for like the first season. It's Jack Grealish, because I don't know how much he is.
Yeah.
If he's not worth a lot, but I think he is going to be worth quite a bit because he's a big money move. So he's probably be worth like 10 million or something, nearly 10 million. So I think he's like one to avoid. And Sancho, I don't know about Sancho because Sancho gets high numbers in the Bundesliga, but that's the Bundesliga. We literally see Timo Werner get high numbers in the Bundesliga. Andre Silva gets high numbers in the Bundesliga, but can do in any other league. And I think Sancho actually might. I actually think Sancho might not do as well for numbers. He might do well in other areas, but not numbers. I don't think. You'd be still seeing Bruno and others do numbers.
With Sancho, I think he's gonna have a good season. Yeah, that is true, and he did have a couple of world class seasons, but I still think he's overrated. I think but to be fair, Chris, Lukaku's had world class seasons in the Premier League, and he's not regarded as a legend like Vardy is.
No, because Vardy won the Premier League in all fairness, and
but to be fair, Chris, but then, okay, if you're going on legacy alone, okay, you can use trophies. If you're looking at individual. If you're looking at yourself individually,
but Vardy joined late, didn't he?
Kane's better than Vardy in the Premier League. Lukaku has potential to be better than Vardy in the next year.
I think it's the term you put overrated, maybe that.
I think he's overrated.
I can't. No.
I'm not saying he's bad. He's not bad.
The reason he doesn't have numbers like Kane and Lukaku and stuff or that because he joined the Premier League late. Like he was scouted at an older age. He wasn't a professional until like what 23.
That's not that. Yeah, but Chris, I get your point. Yeah, and that he was world class. He was world class for a good 2 years. But I just don't see him how he can be up there with the upper echelon of Premier League strikers in history. Like he's put up with Drogba. That is a joke. That is an absolute joke. I hate the Drogba Vardy comparisons. It's disgusting. It makes me feel ill. But anyway, that's for another day. Other players to avoid. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Arsenal don't score a lot of goals. And he doesn't look like he's interested. And he's gone down a lot. I don't know. What is he, about 8.5?
I think he's 10. I think he's 10.
I think he's around 10.
10.5, I think, Andrew.
10.5. Jesus Christ. 10.5. Talk about overpriced. Jesus. 10.5. Wow.
Or is he 10? Could you check for me, actually?
I can't, actually.
Chris, he's always getting me things to do things now. Okay.
Sorry,
Big up everyone in the chat, by the way. Thank you, C1 London, for being in the chat. Much appreciated.
10.5. Good lord.
Yeah,
that much.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But he's not even in the squad tonight. Or he's set to be on the bench.
Another player to avoid is Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah, no assists.
I don't think he'll put up the numbers.
Well, maybe assists actually, but no goals.
I don't think he will. Because I don't think Klopp knows how to manage him. So
maybe not, but we'll see.
Guys, do you want to hear the price for Aubameyang?
Go on.
So, Will, how much reckon it was?
10 million.
Andrew, how much reckon he is?
10.5.
He is 10 million.
10 million, Jesus!
That's
even still too much, man. You've got Danny Ings at home. Jesus, I'd rather spend 10 million on Ings than 10 million.
I'd rather spend 9 million on Timo over Aubameyang.
I know. Well, oh, good lord. I mean, yeah. Avoid any Arsenal attacker. I would say.
Avoid any Arsenal player, Andrew. Come on.
Apart from Smith Rowe, I wouldn't avoid actually. Smith Rowe.
Okay, yeah, Smith Rowe, is good.
I have
and Saka, maybe. I don't know how much Saka is, but maybe Saka's a good pick.
In a minute, but I wouldn't. This person I'm about to say isn't really cheap, but I wouldn't ignore Pepe. I think Pepe could have a really good season for around 7.5 mil.
He puts up sly numbers, and what I mean by that is that people don't pay attention to his numbers. He actually scores. I think he scored. He scored over 10 times in the league last season, and I think he had near 10 assists or something as well.
Yeah, and
it's got sly numbers. He's got people don't really pay attention. He's got decent numbers.
The thing is as well, and I know Arsenal fans. I'm praising an Arsenal player for once.
Avoid Firmino as well. Avoid Firmino.
Yeah, for the price, definitely. Yeah. If he was a bit cheaper, I wouldn't think he's a bad option. Yeah. But with Pepe, if that's other players in the Premier League that are deemed more popular, they're getting gassed up to another level. But when it's Pepe, he just goes under the radar. I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because the price tag or he's at Arsenal, but I think he's going to have a modest season. I'd say. I think he'll probably get around 7 goals, 8 assists, around that.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good season.
Avoid also players like Ndidi. He's not going to get you a lot of points.
Kante,
Jorginho, even Jorginho. Really, I know he scores penalties, but
yeah,
Kovacic as well. Gilmore, avoid Gilmore as well.
Gilmore. I think I've actually got Gilmore in my squad because he's cheap. But it depends. It depends how he's used. It really does. Oh yeah, Andrew, have you got the code on you?
Yes, I do. I'll put it in the
If you put it in the private chat. Yeah.
I'm just going to put it
put it in the chat. Just put it in the chat. Valve, we're just about to put the link, the code in the chat. That's cool. But yeah, who else to avoid? Robertson obviously is injured, so don't put him in. Foden's injured again. Don't put him in. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh yeah, Stuart Dallas. Avoid him this year. He was a beast last year. Got a lot of points, but that was because he was obviously registered as a defender. So he's now registered as a midfielder. And Junior Firpo got injured. I'll
get them
as well. So Stuart Dallas will most likely be playing left back, but he'll be in midfield. So limited clean sheet points and probably not as many goals and assists. So I would avoid Stuart Dallas. But I think now let's go on to cheap beasts because there's quite a few cheap beasts out there. Emil Smith-Rowe for 5.5 million is probably a very good deal to have. I don't think he's an excellent player, but he will play games for Arsenal and he'll probably get the odd assist here and there.
Link to our fantasy league. The actual link is that I put it in the thing, and the code is my previous message. So this starts DXLSON. So that's the code.
Can I pin codes if possible? Can't on StreamYard. I don't have the YouTube login. So
which one? Yeah,
I was trying to pin the fantasy football, but it's cool. Yeah, Ivan Toney as well. I think Ivan Toney is a very, very good option. Chris, what do you think about Ivan Toney?
Yeah, I think about he's playing against Arsenal tonight, right?
Yes.
So I think he could get a goal against Arsenal because let's face it, Arsenal they ain't got the greatest defense. I don't see nothing special about the defense. They got Ben White who signed. I don't know if he's special enough, but they always seem. Unless they set up very defensively, but I don't think they will set up defensively against Brentford, to be honest. So I think Ivan Toney could be actually a good player to buy because he can get him behind and everything, like Will says before, like he's quick. I think he could be a good player to have. 6.5 million, it's actually, like Will says again, low risk. Yeah, and it could be a high reward.
Yeah, the thing is with Toney, you put him in for 6.5 million, he does well, his price will go up pretty easily, and if he does crap, you can swap him out and you save money on other areas in your squad. Like that could be the difference between you getting a Salah or a Bruno or a Trent.
Yeah.
Another one, Jack Harrison.
Let me just say something on Toney.
Yeah, go on.
Toney, I think Toney falls into one of two areas for me. He's going to be like a shock amazing. He's going to have like a really good, decent to good season because no one knows him. Or he could run the gambit of, remember Timo Pukki a couple of years ago when he had a great opening 5 games and then there was nothing. So it could be one of those things. You've got to really, really think about whether Ivan Toney and I think 6.5 million for Ivan Toney is expensive. He's never been in the Premier League before. I know he's a.
How much do you reckon he should be then?
Well, I don't know. I would think maybe £1 million less because he hasn't played in the Premier League before. You know what I mean?
That's true.
maybe even 5 million. If I'm being honest, he hasn't really played in the Premier League.
5 mil.
I mean, Chris only knows him. He's the only Brentford player Chris knows. So everyone keeps talking about him. So
hey, I know Mate. Just give me time to distract.
I just think you got to be. I think he'll fall into one of those two areas. It'll either be it'll be fantastic because no one knows how to play him, or he might blow hot and cold throughout the season. You got to be careful when to put him in.
So pretty much, he's either going to be Timu Pukki or Ollie Watkins. He'll be one of the two.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying Ollie Watkins is a fantastic player, but his numbers were pretty good last year.
I can't think of a recent striker that's come in from like lower leagues at the moment.
The only thing what matters for fantasy is numbers anyway. So if you get numbers, you're good enough.
That game, yeah.
Sure.
I mean, big up to.
That's why Bruno's good for it.
Big up Tyne _Diz_. He says rate my team. He's got Schmeichel. I think Schmeichel's a very safe option. I think he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked him too.
Tomiskas is a good shout because he's 4 million and Robertson's injured, so he well and truly could play. But something tells me deep down that Klopp is going to play James Milner there or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw again. Yeah, go on, Andrew.
No, I agree. I agree with what you were saying.
Luke Shaw is pretty much perfect. Dean is really good if you can stay fit. Amati might play the first game, because I think he's. I think they've got a lot of injuries, so that's a good pick for week 1. Salah, Bruno, that's like your bread and butter of fantasy football. Saka and El Neni, that is a bit of a worry.
I would take El Neni out and put Basuma in.
Yeah, or I would
put Richarlison in. Put you 3 up front.
Yeah. Is Richarlison 7 million or 7.5?
You got Martinez as the.
Yeah, it's 5.5. I think I'd go for Schmeichel.
I would pick either Schmeichel or Martinez. Save yourself some money.
Yeah.
And spend it elsewhere. I really would. Because your midfield options are, El Neni and Amate.
And Amate's defenders, to be fair.
Starting is okay, but even that, Amate start and El Neni.
My advice to you is to take out Vardy and put in Antonio, or he's got Ings already. I'd put in Antonio personally.
All right. And my advice would be pick Martinez or Schmeichel. Get yourself a cheaper goalkeeper. Take El Neni out, and if you want an Arsenal player in there, put Smith Rowe for 5.5.
I was about to say, I think he should switch formation up and play
3 up top.
See, it's difficult because he's got 4. I think you need Trent in there. I think if you can try and get Trent in there.
Trent 7.5. Remember, you guys have got until 6:30 to register your team. So you can you can do any amount of transfers you want at the moment. So Trent's 7.5, and if he has a blinded season, he's only going to get more expensive throughout the rest of the season, like most of these guys are. I wouldn't even pick a Mate. I would. You know what? You might need to sacrifice your bench. And just focus on the first team. You really might need to. Livramento's maybe a good pickup at 4 million. Put on the bench for Southampton. So
honestly, if you want to stick to your formation, instead of El Neni, I honestly think if you want someone really cheap to play for you, Billy Gilmore is better than El Neni, and I think he's either the same price or cheaper. Plus, he plays in a Norwich team where he'll start. So if you're not going to change up how you want your team to play shape wise, I'd definitely get Gilmore. But I wouldn't start Gilmore.
And maybe how much is Luka Digne? Is he more than say a Target
Digne's
from Villa?
Digne is 5.5, I think.
So Target, I think, is 5 million. So you could save yourself 500,000 there. Add it to your.
Yeah.
Should we do the let's do our
Should we
teams.
compare it to our teams? Yeah.
Okay,
so this is my team. Okay. I know I just said try not to start Gilmore, but I've had to start him for this week because.
Oh, he's actually starting. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're playing the forward. You're playing the forward and back with the 2 defensive wingers, the 2 defensive midfielders. That's what you're doing.
He's just playing 4-5. He's just playing 4-5-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing
defensive.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Tana scored this. We'll try and help you out because we're not actually. I put
we're not experts. I think the team's.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm pretty good at it. Yeah. Because well, you remember the Euro Fantasy? Never played it in my life, and I did come top out of everybody we know.
This guy.
So
I've got see in goal I've got Robert Sanchez. I think he's just a really good goalkeeper. He'll get probably a lot of bonus points. Then I've got Trent. He's the best defender in the game.
Yeah.
Then you've got Luke Shaw, Lewis Dunk, Target. I think for your money, Matt Target is such a good option. Such a very good option. 138 points last year. Got more than Luke Shaw, more than Ben Chilwell, I think, as well. Might not actually, because I think clean sheets. But anyway, then I've got Jack Harrison. 6 million for Jack Harrison is an absolute steal. He's a cheap beast, 100%. I think he's left-footed. He'll play. He works hard for Bielsa. He's guaranteed to play, in my opinion. He will score an assist. Harvey Barnes, I think, is a decent option. I just needed a midfielder that has decent numbers for 7 million, and it was between Barnes and Maddison, and I picked Barnes because I think he got more points last year and was injured for like 3 months or so. And I got Salah, Fernandez. That explains itself.
Yeah.
Gilmore is only going to start for this week. I'm not going to try and start Gilmore.
Yeah.
But I thought that I've got to put someone in, and I don't know if Livramento is going to play. I might later swap Livramento in for Gilmore, but as of now, I won't. And then Tony up front. Lukaku will join Tony next week. Up there.
How much was Harvey Barnes?
7 million. He was.
Oh, 7. Okay.
So I've got Lukaku on my bench, as you guys can see.
Imagine.
Do you know what? Next week for the show, I'm going to ask people to send in their teams, and we can talk through those because it's just easier. But that's my team pretty much. Whose team's next? I think we've got
Andrew. Pretty bang average team. Not gonna lie.
Sorry, Chris. Pitch quality. As you can make it out, I've sacrificed part of my bench.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Really think about the goalkeeping choice. You don't need to have 2 good goalkeepers. Really think about just maybe getting the cheapest goalkeeper you can find. I've chosen Mendy because I think he's going to keep a lot of clean sheets. I will have to evaluate that in January if the AFCON is still on. So we'll have to evaluate that. Yeah, go on, Chris.
Andrew, you picked Mendy because you're a fanboy. Let's be real. Come on.
I picked because I'm sensible and logical. although I'll let people in a little secret. I should have left into my third choice in the draft the other night to get a striker. Jesus,
and that's Alisson and Mendy.
I know that no one's taken me up on Alisson. Yeah, but I didn't even pick. Why did I even bother picking Alisson? What a waste of a draft pick. Oh God! But that's God.
Could have gave it to me.
Guys, I'm not going to do well in the draft one when I got St. Maximin and Lacazette up front. Let's just put it like that. Anyway, but this one, So I've gone with Trent. For the assist. As you can see, I've gone. I'd probably at the back. If you're at the back, you probably go for fullbacks, wing backs more than central defenders, only because they're going to get more assists. And they've got combined assist, goals, and clean sheets on their side. I put Ayling in. Ayling plays for Leeds. Leeds they're going to be a bit of a mixture, but I think he got like over 100 points last year. Target got well over 100 points as well. I think he might get more because that's going to look more of an attacking team. Trent as well. Trent's Trent. Lewis Dunk. Now, Lewis Dunk obviously is a centre back, but he got 138 points last year for Brighton.
You also got bodied by Reece James, though.
No, that wasn't Dunk. That was someone else.
It wasn't him. I thought it was him.
No. But also, Brighton don't get battered. Do you know what I mean? So they're not going to lose a lot of points on there.
It's because they keep a lot of possession, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they just don't. And they generally just don't get battered. They might be different now. Ben White's not there, but Harrison, I thought was an amazing pickup for £6 million. Absolute baller. And I don't rate Smith Rowe, but I thought he's a good price at 5.5. He's going to play a lot of games, I think. The main two, I had to pick the main two. I think they're going to get me a load of points. Salah's got monster points, right? Since he's been in FPL, and Fernandes, I'm hoping to repeat the points. He's stat pad, so that's all good for me. I am putting Lukaku in after this week, so I matched it around and I put Vardy in because I think he's going to score against Wolves. And then Danny Ings, £8 million. He's moved to a better club with better players, and I just think he's going to rack up a load of goals this year. So that's mine, but I will be putting Lukaku in. I'll have to work around the budget and the transfers, but I will be putting him in. So
yeah, to be fair, I think your team is very good. I can't lie. I think you probably could have got another goal scorer midfield this week, but you got Vardy in there, so he'll probably get a penalty or something. You've got Lukaku coming in next week. Him and Ings should bag.
Yeah.
Livramento on the bench is good to have because I think he will start games. I don't know if he'll start tomorrow.
He's battling with Carl Walker-Peters though, at the right back for Southampton.
I think he by the end of the season, I think he'll be their starter.
Yeah, possibly.
But yes, that's Andrew's team. Now let's change the
Best for
layout.
last, right?
Exactly. That's why we say
Not always, Chris. Not always.
No. Chris is the best. He's the best. He's the best. Nothing's gonna ever keep him down.
Okay, how are we gonna lay? We'll do it here.
Lay it how you want.
There we go.
Oh, it looks so small.
That's because your team is small.
There's the beautiful.
Actually, your team is actually small. Like, like the size of them.
Look,
they're actually very tiny.
You got Schmeichel, a cheap good keeper. Actually, fair. Like Leicester do keep clean sheets as well. They got a good defense. They got Schmeichel's good keeper. Could save a penalty potentially. And then he's got penalty good saves in him. So I picked him as my keeper. I choose mainly fullbacks for defenders because they get goals and assists, and if they keep a clean sheet, that's another bonus. So having Trent is key, I think, for the fantasy team because he gets assists and stuff. So and goals as well for free kicks and all that. So he's very useful to have. Reguilon, I think he's okay. I think he's like 5 million as well. So I bought him because he's cheap, and I think I'm just hoping he'd do better than last season. And he's another fullback I used, and I used I was debating with Rudiger or Silva because Silva actually scores more goals than Rudiger. So, but the thing with Silva, he doesn't really get to play as much. So I chose Rudiger because solid defender. Chelsea keep a lot of clean sheets as well. You got to have a Chelsea defender in there because we keep a lot of clean sheets. So I'd pick that. I'm not sure what you guys think about defense, but
I mean, I think you're a madman, Chris, for picking Reguilon over Target. Honestly, I think that's over Matt Target. I think Matt Target is a very good player to have in your team. Reguilon could kick on though because he's technically a good player. So maybe you're not a madman. Maybe you're right, as you normally are, Chris. So I'm not going to write you off. What about your midfield?
Can I just ask? How many points did Brownhill get last season for Villa?
80
is it Villa or is it Burnley?
Burnley.
Oh, okay.
80 something. I was going to pick Alan, but I picked him because Alan only got 40 something. So
have you got any money left over, or have you spent all your money?
I got $1 million left over. I'm being like Arsenal, just keeping a bit of money.
How much is Brownhill worth?
4.5.
Oh, 4.5.
I'd use 5.5 and Smith Rowe.
Right, I tell you why I didn't do that because I got to get Lukaku back into my team.
Okay, yeah,
and I don't want to do a straight swap for Vardy.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Andrew, I used my head.
You did.
Okay. To be fair, Chris. Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah.
I think you're going to get a high scoring week because you've got Vardy. I know. I literally just sacked off Vardy, but he's probably going to score, isn't he? He's against Wolves. Wolves are just Wolves. So I think he has a good goal scoring record versus them as well. But you got Fernandes, Salah
against Leeds, and then with United, they spanked Leeds. So you never know. Bruno could get a couple goals. Bazuma, I'm not fully sure, but will you advise me for Bazuma? So I listened.
Wait. I didn't advise you to get Basuma. You said Basuma.
You told me.
You said Basuma or Rice, and I said Basuma.
I didn't say Rice. No, I didn't say Rice. I never mentioned Rice.
That was
Get
me.
that guy.
That was
Oh,
me.
that was. I didn't mean to say get Basuma. I wouldn't have took Basuma, but
Right,
you
you
got
told
till
me.
6:30, Chris.
You're tricking me.
Ooh. There's a good question here.
Go
on. He says, "Hello. What is the best option for 5 million in midfield? 5 million.
Rice.
Rice?
You can't.
He got 86 points last year, and remember he got injured part of the year.
Plus, he might take penalties actually for West Ham.
And he got injured part of the year, so for like
take penalties.
He would have got over 100. He would have got over 100 points. You know.
Wait, how much is Jorginho? Like 5.5, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because with Jorginho, if he's like 5 million, that'd be really good because he takes penalties, keeps clean sheets mostly, plays a lot of games.
You're then presuming, and I think you're right to presume that he will still take penalties, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, look, you never know with Lukaku. He might just like take off like Jorginho and just push him over. So.
Chris, I need to ask you about Timo Werner. Yeah, I need to ask you. Yeah, because my internet just cut out, so I'm back.
But,
yeah.
Because Cameron thinks Werner is not the best option. Chris, why defend yourself?
Right.
Why is Werner?
You know what? Timo. Right, for fantasy, he wins 8 penalties last season. That's points.
Fanboy.
Right. Yeah. He gets assists. That's points. And okay, he didn't get much goals last season, but I think he's going to improve that next season with Lukaku. Lukaku is going to look a new Timo. Well, not new Timo, the old Timo, I would say, because Timo. He said it himself. He likes a big striker next to him to run off from, and he will thrive under that. So, I'm ready to die on a sword with this, like in debates or in fantasy, whatever. Like I'm ready for it because
you accused me of being a Mendy fanboy. You're a Werner fanboy. Let's just face it.
No, but Mendy's not. Hang on, Mendy. Yeah, the only points he can really get is clean sheets, and I think Schmeichel can get a few clean sheets, and he's $1 million cheaper, so I can get Lukaku, of course. So. It helps me towards that. I'd rather get Lukaku and get Schmeichel instead of Mendy and no Lukaku.
I'm gonna have both.
Yeah, but I got a good midfield. I got Bruno, I got Salah, I got Basuma, I got a decent defense with Trent, Rudiger, Reguilon, Brownhill could get a few points, and then I got Tony with Vardy and Werner up right now. It will be Lukaku next week, but I think that's a good front three to have for this week. Like I think they'll. Yeah. I think each one is going to get a goal or assist. Maybe Tony might not if Arsenal actually keep a clean sheet, but I probably guarantee Vardy. And...
Rice takes penalties, by the way.
So
yeah, he takes penalties. So
right, so
he got 86 points last season, and he got injured partly through the season as well. So
and may I say, I never played this game, but literally I played it for the first time with the Euro Fantasy, and I beat everybody. So I think there's only so much you can do.
Shameless.
You know what? Tyne _Diz_. That team is actually very good now. If you take out El Neni, and honestly, I'd swap Saka for Smith Rowe as well, so you can get another decent midfielder next to Saka's 6.5. Swap out Saka for Harrison, and swap out El Neni for Smith Rowe, and I think you've got a very good team if you can afford that.
How much is Souček?
Souček is 7 million, 8 million, 7. But honestly, if you can get Smith Rowe and Harrison in there, I think your team would be very good. Højbjerg or Rice? I'd say Rice.
I'd say Rice. Højbjerg played the majority last season. He only got about 21 points more than Rice, and Rice did get injured part of last season. So Højbjerg is not going to. Højbjerg won't be there for goals or assists or anything like that. He doesn't take any penalties, so I'd probably give it to Rice.
Andrew, do you mind putting in the code in the chat again?
Sure.
Big up to Charlie in the chat.
We've got like 20 plus teams in, right?
I will say, I'm going to announce it here. There is a prize whoever wins the league who's not on the panel, on the regular case, and they've got a panel. So it's not if myself, Slens, Will, Real Chris, or Marshall win, the prize will go to whoever's second place. The prize is a football top of your choice.
Yeah.
So, but Obviously, not one of these expensive retro ones or anything like that.
The term is it has to be from an official club website.
Yeah, and it can be any club website you want. It doesn't have to be like an English Premier League team. If you want PSG top or something like that, that will be the end. So obviously, if you want that and you're interested in the fantasy Premier League, obviously, there's something to a goal to build towards. So, and that is the prize for the KHNO filter. Fantasy Premier League. It's a football top of your choice.
Cameron, you make me laugh. Yeah, I mean, Cameron, I think you're good at this, aren't you? You're probably better than all of us.
Don't worry, Cameron. Don't worry. We'll cut. Don't worry. Don't ever. I know you're kidding around, but don't worry, man. If I need to ship it to Canada, I will ship it to Canada. So don't worry.
Cameron
about
as well. Feel free to, if you ever want to come on the show as well, maybe next week or in a couple of weeks' time, feel free to just message me and I'll send you the
Cameron
link.
Probably bring his expertise for the drafts they do over in America as well, because that's more of a thing over there.
Yeah,
fantasy Premier and fantasy stuff as well. So it's all good.
Tyne_Diz_ says, could you repeat the changes I should make? I would get rid of Saka for Jack Harrison,
right,
and I would change Smith Rowe in for El Neni if you can. That's what I would do. I don't know if my maths are a bit off there. I'm horrible at maths, so I apologise.
Smith Rowe's 5.5 and Harrison's 6. That's 11.5 million. So I don't know if El Neni's what, most at 5, and Saka's what? Is he more than 6? Is he like
Saka's
7 or
6.5.
So it might work out the same.
Yeah. You also as well to just. Last topic of the show. Actually, we've got 2 more topics. Actually,
yeah.
I think there's been a few players that have been overlooked due to their champions, due to them coming up from the championship. Obviously, we talked about Tony, but I think there's a couple more which we haven't really gone over. I think Mbueno. I think it's Mbueno. I think he is. He plays for Brentford.
Okay.
But I think around 19 goal contributions last year. I think he's one of the top creators at Brentford. I think he could do well. Ismail Sarr's back. He had a good season as well. He's pretty cheap. You got at Norwich as well. Todd Cantwell. If he stays at Norwich, he could be a good option to come in as well. Olise has just signed for Crystal Palace. I wanted to look at him actually. I don't know his price off the top of my head. But he looks like a very promising young talent. I mean, it's also I know this isn't really linked to the championship, but it's a shame that Eze got injured because he'd be probably in my team.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, I'd actually like to look at Eze. I couldn't believe it. I don't know if it's his price, but I don't. Obviously, Fofana got injured and he's out for a while, but on there he's only like 4.5 million for Fofana. I don't know if that's because he was injured or something. Because he's injured, I don't know, but Max Aarons maybe.
Decent option.
Can I cheat? Can I cheat with this championship one? Can I cheat?
Go on.
Because he did play in the championship, but he's moved to Villa. So Buendia for me.
Yeah.
Very, very good. He's in a better team, obviously. I think he's out for the first game, I believe. Or there was like rumours he's out injured or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's got like a minor injury.
Yeah, so he might be one to look out for. I don't know what price he is. I'm sure he'd probably be around the £5 to £7 million mark.
There's also Mark Gay, who's just gone to Palace from Chelsea.
Mark Gay,
he was at this year.
Mark Gay's there.
The reason I wouldn't put him in though is it's nothing to do with him. I just see Palace shipping goals. I just see, and I'm not saying that's necessarily their fault, and they've got a good defence to be fair to them on paper, but I don't know. It's not. It's one of those ones where he could do really well, but
he could. Yeah, he could. But I'm not fit. Watford's a opponent. Sarr's probably the only player that really stands out. He may do something, but it's Watford, so I don't know whether he'll get enough points because he's playing with Watford. It's the same with Ivan Toney for me, and same with Cantwell if he stays at Norwich. They might individually. They might. I just don't know if they'll be allowed to get the points that they should get because of the team they're in. Do you know what I mean? So Ivan Toney, I know Ivan Toney is a good natural finisher, but I just don't know if he'll get the chances to score.
Okay.
Because I just don't. The same with Cantwell. I don't Cantwell. I presume Pukki's still up front for Norwich. Who's up?
They have signed.
How are they going to finish?
Josh Sargent as well, who
Josh
I think he's not a great player, but I think he's a decent target man. I think if they can get chances to him, he's not the best technical player. But...
Watford are an unknown mystery at the moment. Their forward line, don't know if Sar's going to ball out. It's one of these things. It's like you probably sign a player that isn't a player from Brentford, Watford, or Norwich to fill out your bench if you're sacrificing your bench. But I just don't know. I just don't know. I think Buendia's. I've cheated a little bit, but I think Buendia's the one that's going to ball out. That was a championship player last year. So.
One more thing before we go on to our last topic as well. And he wasn't in the championship, and I think Cameron's spot on here, to be honest. Do you think Armando Broja will play for Southampton?
I don't know. Have they actually bought another?
Adam Armstrong they signed actually.
Yeah. Adam Armstrong. I don't know. Che Adams is going to play. Is Che Adams going to play more down the centre? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, Chelsea hopefully would have got guarantees from Southampton that he's going to play a lot because obviously we loaned him after Danny Ings left. So we're playing the two. I believe he's 4.5 million. I think, isn't he? I think he's 4.5 million. Yeah, it's 4.5 million.
4.5. Yeah.
So it could be someone to put on your bench at least. I really don't know. He might play more than what I might be expecting to. So, but yeah,
there's one more. We're going to start on a thing weekly. Yeah, it's going to be almost like predictions, but not actual game predictions. We're going to do top scoring for points in goal, defence, midfield, and forwards. So I'm going to start with Chris. Actually, Chris, who do you think will be the top scoring goalkeeper this year?
The top scoring goal scorer
this week. Sorry, the top scoring points this week for goalkeepers. Who do you think will?
Top goal scoring player. You're saying, right?
Yeah, for in goal, like for the most amount of points accumulated for a goalkeeper for this week.
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, for goal. In goal.
I'm thinking about Mendy because he could keep a clean sheet. It's gonna be the one to keep a clean sheet. Who's Leicester again? Sorry.
Leicester have got Wolves.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say Alisson. They're against Norwich. I don't think Norwich got a score actually.
That's another good point.
So I'm looking at all the teams. I think Chelsea might score a few goals against Crystal Palace, but I think they might concede one again or something like that. Who knows? They might keep a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, but it's either gonna be Mendy or Alisson. In all fairness, Schmeichel might keep a clean sheet, and that'd be good. But I think it's either between Alisson or Mendy because they got easy. Well, Crystal Palace can be a tricky team sometimes for Chelsea, but not last season they weren't. We smacked them around. So yeah, like it's probably Alisson for me.
I think Alisson as well.
The problem is that you have to balance it out between clean sheets and then are they more likely to save a penalty if it happens or something like that. It's really hard.
I think Alisson's more likely.
Emi Martinez.
Yeah. But then I don't know. Is he going to get enough? Is he going to make any more points than the clean sheet? I don't see them. Watford
this is
at
just
the moment troubling,
right?
Yeah, just a weak one. Yeah. I'm going to stick. I'm going to play it safe. It sounds boring. I'm going to stick with Mendy. I'm just going to play it safe. He's just going to get the clean sheet points, I believe, this week. That's all. I'm just going to play it safe.
So we've got Chris with Alisson, me with Martinez, and you with Mendy, Andrew. Okay, so now defender. Chris, I'll start with you again. Who do you think will be the top defender of the week for points accumulated?
Trent.
Yeah, I think
because
so as well.
they're against Norwich, and I think they're gonna have a field day. Actually, I think they're gonna score like 4 goals.
Yeah,
or something, I reckon.
Same for me.
And I think Trent will probably get goal, assist, and probably a clean sheet as well. So he's got to get a lot of points, I think. So Trent for me, I think that's the obvious choice. In all fairness, it might be a surprise. Trying to think, actually, who can be surprised? I don't know, but yeah, Trent's probably the obvious one right now to me.
So we're going Trent all round, yeah?
Yeah.
Trent all round.
Okay, so midfielder, I'm gonna go for Salah, just ahead of Bruno.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going that as well.
So
I actually think Liverpool's gonna have a really good week. Defensively and attack or midfield, however you want to look at it in fantasy. It's probably gonna be Salah, I reckon, because like you said, Salah scores in every opening day. Well, for the teams.
I'll make it even doubly as a boring choice. It's either Salah or it's either Bruno.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
You know, I might be surprised. Well, it's not like he's not a small player, nothing. But I was gonna say full pop. You never know.
The next one's probably the most interesting one because it's striker. I'm gonna go for Danny Ings. I think Danny Ings will get the most points this week for a striker. Andrew, what about you? What do you think?
Just trying to think. Lukaku's not playing. Kane probably won't play. City haven't got a striker yet. Yeah, I think Ings is the safe bet here. Probably thinking because I'd love them to actually, like I keep telling you guys, move Salah to the forward position because I've just named Salah. But Ings, I think, is the I'm picking Ings. Him or Vardy, but I'm picking Ings.
Okay.
I'm actually going to get a little bit surprised, definitely. I'm going to say Ivan Toney, actually. I reckon he's going to get 2 goals past Arsenal, spin them around. Arsenal are going to be in the mud. So, yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do, is for everyone you get right, you're going to get a point, and we're going to accumulate into a table out of us 3. Okay. So,
okay.
And then by the end of the season, we should get some points. But but just before we wrap up, we got the link here for our league, which is a football shirt of your choice from an official club website.
Yeah.
At the end of the season,
don't worry about shipping.
Yeah, that's fine. if needed, we'll put some money in. So
yes, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll sort it. But don't you guys worry about it. You'll get it. Just let us know. Like I said, if one of us wins it, it will go to the second place person. So none of the regular panelists, the 6 of us on KHNO Football, or Kai's not even doing it. So the rest of us are on it. We will not be getting that prize. That will be going to one of you guys.
But just before we wrap up as well, Andrew, where can people find you?
That's my Twitter handle, Winter Surf. You can find links to KHNO Football. We just did a video earlier today. I don't know if we're doing one later today. I'll have to double check that. But tomorrow I'll be on. I don't. The rest of the guys might be on with me. Doing a reaction to the lineup from about 1:30 in the afternoon, and going up just before kickoff at 3 p.m. for the Palace game. We'll be doing we're doing a review of the game over the weekend as well. No matter what. Also, I am on the Blue Wave, which is part of the Never a Foul channel. So I'll be on there this season. I think I'm on there tonight doing a preview for the Palace game and a review over the weekend on that channel as well. And tonight I'll be on Let's Talk Premier League, the Chelsea show. And if you like NBA, I'll be part of Sarcasm City, doing the NBA watch-alongs with Flawless and Father and Peter and the rest of them this season. They'll be about from late October onwards into the playoffs. So I'll be on there as well. So thank you.
Chris, where can we find you?
You can find me at my house. Watching the game tonight. That's where you can find me. I'm just everywhere. That's why I am.
It's like a stain. Just can't get rid of it.
I'm not. Oh, come on. I'm not bad as you, Andrew.
Chris
come
isn't,
on.
That's true.
Chris isn't a real person. He's like an android, which goes from device to devices. So he's pretty much everywhere.
Why do you think I know what you're doing every day, you guys?
Oh God, Chris. But anyway, thanks for watching, people. We do appreciate it. There will be there'll probably be a show on here later. There's so many shows at the moment. We've got the top 6 show. I think we've got the Chelsea show, which I think Jem's hosting. We've got the Liverpool show, which Steve brilliantly hosts. We've got the United show, which Rachel, Indiana, Danny, you name them. Yeah, we've probably got a show for it. The EFL show, Championship show coming soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, people, and have a good weekend watching the football.
Subscribe.